grade 4 students. How are you? Hope you're fine. Let's do the correction of our homework in our reading lesson, Picky, Picky, Picky. So please bring your reading books and open page 154. Exercise A. Read the above story, then fill the plot chart below with the proper information. So this is the plot chart. We need to fill it with what is the problem, how does the problem get worse, and how did the problem end. Before we start, let's do a quick revision of the story elements. We all know that the story has characters, the main and the minor characters. It also has the setting, which is the time and the place. So at the beginning of the story, the writer introduces us to the characters and the setting. Then something happened. Something unexpected happened to the main character and causes a problem. This is what we call the rising action. So the problem gets worse and worse till we reach the climax. Here at the top of the mountain, this is the climax. So the problem gets worse here. Then the characters, especially the minor characters, help the main character to solve his or her problem. This is what we call the falling action. So the characters help the main character in solving his or her problem. At the end of the story, we have the resolution. So everything is fixed in the story. And let's go back to exercise A. We need to know what is the problem. So if you go back to our reading lesson to paragraph 1, we know that Patty hated the broccoli. So the main problem is that Patty hates broccoli. Now, how does the problem get worse? So here we want to know what are the rising actions that causes the problem to get worse and worse. Let me first ask you questions. Does Patty submit and eat broccoli at the beginning of the story? No, we know that Patty refuses to take broccoli. So what about her parents? Do they allow her to eat what she wants? Of course no. We know that her father insists and her mother leaves her with no other choices. This is shown in paragraph 3. Let's read it. Patty, her father said her name sternly. He liked his dinner and he hated bad table manners. So this shows that Patty's father is strict, firm, and decisive. So he will not allow her to eat what she wants. In paragraph 5, we had pizza on the weekend. During the week, we need to eat healthy to balance out the junk food we have sometimes. Mother explained. This shows that Patty's mother is also strict and she leaves her with no other choices. So Patty has no other choices. She has to eat what is found on the table. Also, there is another action that shows that the problem is getting worse and worse. After Patty spits the broccoli back on her plate, what does her father do? Her father sends her to the room. So this is another action in the story that shows that the problem is getting worse. Moreover, what happened next? Does Patty submit to her parents easily? No, she refuses and stops eating for a time, hoping that her parents would give in to her wishes. This is shown in paragraph 10. So Patty thought that her parent would feel sad and get her some food she actually liked if she didn't eat anything for days. So here also the action is showing that the problem is getting worse and worse. So, however, we see that her parents were firm and serious. The last thing that makes the problem being worse is that Patty feels very hungry. So we all know that Patty starts feeling starving. So she feels very hungry. Now, how did the problem end? We know that because Patty feels very weak, she hurries to the table, submits and eats salad including broccoli, which seem very tasty and delicious to her. This is shown in paragraph 12. So, she was dizzy with hunger and barely had the energy to drag herself to the table. Suddenly, vegetables didn't look so bad. And you know what? They didn't taste so bad either. Here is the key answer of exercise A, page 154. The problem is that Patty hates broccoli. How does the problem get worse? There are 5 actions that show that the problem is getting worse. First, Patty refuses to take broccoli, but her father insists and her mother leaves her with no choices. 2. Her father sends her to her room. 3. Patty refuses to eat for a time, hoping to eat what she wants. 4. The parents remain firm and serious. 5. The girl feels very hungry. How did the problem end? Feeling weak, Patty hurries to the table, submits and eats salad including broccoli, which seems very tasty and delicious to her. So dear students, listen to the explanation very well and copy the key answer of exercise A in your reading book. Goodbye.